Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone, I am Atul Priya Sharma and I work as a senior developer advocate at InfraCloud. I'm also a CNCF ambassador and the co-chair for the platform working group, which is part of the Tag App Delivery.
So when an organization is planning to adopt a platform, what are some of the considerations that they must make before making a proper decision?
That's a very valid and interesting question, because a lot of times what organizations feel is if they have the architects in place, if they have the right tools in place, they are ready to build a platform or ready to adopt a platform. But the real thing is there's a lot of more things to consider beyond just the tools. So you need to understand what are your existing tools set that you are using, how is it going to integrate with the newer platform that you are building, because that is what is critical for you, that when you're getting a platform and you have certain tools that you are using existing, you need to ensure how well the integration comes in so that the whole transfer process is much more easier when it happens, right? Even beyond that, you need to understand how the entire technical debt is there in your organization, in the project that you have. Because let's say if you go with the build route where you are actually building a platform, it becomes very critical to understand what your current posture is when it comes to the developer resources that you have, who will be helping you build your platform. So you need to have a very good balance in terms of what are the things that should be a part of your platform that you're planning to build, and then what are the things that you can leave out at the moment, just to build an MVP and then, build a better product at the end. The last point that I would, mention here is to understand what your developers actually need, which is the most critical point over here. So even when you are actually starting to build a particular platform, or maybe even buy a platform, you should understand what your development team is requiring at the moment. So it could be the frameworks, the tool sets, the integrations that they're using. So interview them, understand from them what their current scenario is, bring those details to your platform teams, and then use that to build a platform or buy the platform that you're trying to do. So that way, what you're going to build, the efforts that you're putting in will actually reap the benefits that you actually want.
And based on what you have seen in the industry, once an organization decides on what exactly they want from their platform, what does that entire adoption process look like?
So I think once a company decides to adopt a platform, I think it has a very long journey, I would say, where you actually start by understanding what are the various processes that you have in place. Because as a group, as part of the platform working group, we realize that there are a lot of processes that are involved in the entire platform adoption. Tools are always secondary. So you understand what are the processes in place, how you are working with your the user stories that are coming in, how fast you are shipping out the features. You consider that, and then you see what are the tools available that can help you achieve these features at a faster rate. So things like, let's say you talk about commit, so how faster you are able to commit, or how fast you are able to ship your features. So you keep these considerations, and then you start building the product that you have, the platform that you are trying to build. And then once you have the basic module in place, then you see how you are going to elaborate and scale it with the other developers or the other development teams that you have. So basically that's where you get in the whole knowledge sharing aspect of it, and you bring in a certain standardization. So initially, without a platform, when you had a lot of different scripts that were scattered at different places, now you have built a module for it, and these modules will be used by different teams that you have. So it brings in a standardization. So that is where you could leverage the platform maturity model that the platform working group has published. So that is where you can understand where you stand when you have adopted your platform. So initially it could be a very nascent stage, and then let's say you had scripts, so you built a module now, so that module has a standardized process. So now you're at level 1 of maturity. Eventually at the end, what happens is you probably have a golden path in place. So you know what your developers are doing, and then based on that, you have a certain journey that you have made. So which actually brings in further standardization. It makes sure that your entire process is error free, it's quick, and whatever needs to be done, it's done faster. So assets like the maturity model will actually help organizations understand where they are in the cycle and what they actually need to do to move to the other step and become a more mature organization when it comes to the whole aspect of building and using a platform.